Hey, if you purchase the Country Way solar fence energizer at Rural King, there was a tag hanging right here that says make sure you hook up the battery. Now, unfortunately, in the instructions that come with said charger, there's nothing that mentions how to do that. And you might look at this connection and think that's what you need to attach. But actually, that's just connecting the solar panel to the battery that's inside the case. So how do you get to the battery? Well, pretty easy. You loosen up these two screws right here, and I'll do that and slide the panel out for you. Okay, so I got my two screws out there. This will actually slide apart. It's hard for me to do it one-handed, so I'll go ahead and slide it open for you. Okay, so all I've done is slid the cover back, and you'll notice there's a little compartment here, and there's 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to loosen those screws, and that will allow you to take this cover off and access the battery. Okay, I got my screws out. Here's the battery cover. It just lifts straight off. Now, when I took the battery out, mine's hooked up because I've already done this, but these connectors were not connected to the battery terminals. And so all you do is take the red wire and connect that terminal to the red square, take the black wire here, and connect that to the black square. You'll also note that the battery fits in sideways like this, or the cover will not fit back on top. And there's a little pathway here for the 2 wires to come out. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the cover back on, and I'll show you how you know for sure that you have power. All right, so I've got my cover securely back on. Just make sure you have this switch turned in the off position, because with the battery connected now, the circuitry would be live if that were in the on position. And to slide it back in, you'll notice that there's 2 grooves here at the bottom. And you just take the tabs here on each side and slide into that groove. Okay, I got the cover back on, got my 2 screws in. If you flip the switch to the on position now, be careful because these 2 terminals will be hot. But if you look at the red indicator on the front, it blinks every couple of seconds, and that's the pulse energy that will be sent to the fence. So when your battery's charged, when this thing is on, you should see that light blinking every couple of seconds. All right, so I have my Energizer mounted on the T-post. I'll say that the instructions that come for this bracket here are not good at all either. I had to use a screwdriver and some pliers and do a little bending and prying and a little bit of hammer tapping over the course of 10 minutes to finally get that on there. But I've got 2 ground rods, you can see. I've usually only used 1 ground rod with no problem. So anyways, of course the ground goes to the black terminal, the wire goes to the red terminal. I've got this switched on, and our LED is blinking. You may not be able to see it, but you know, how do you test this thing? Well, you know, I'm really only certain that there's one way to test a fence like this, and that's actually to touch it. So that's what I'm gonna do. We'll see here. Woo! I don't know if you heard that little pop, but I definitely got shocked. So anyways, it's working. Hope that helps you with your instructions.